M-Sibhok, 18 years of age. He started fighting when he was 12, 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighs 105 pounds, 26 fights in his career for 10 losses and 5 draws. And in the blue corner coming up, it's Padejsuk, Looktongton, 18 years of age, started fighting when he was 12. He's 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighs in 105 pounds, has had 32 fights in his career for 1 draw only. That's a pretty good record, and 5 draws. Well, there you see doing the Ramue on their knees in the blue corner. It's Padejsuk, and his opponent in the red, Decha. There they are, performing what is known as the Ramue Wakru, the traditional preliminary dance for all Muay Thai contests. It is compulsory. It's one of the aspects of Muay Thai that separates it from kickboxing, and the Thai fighters take the ritual fairly seriously. In fact, Muay Thai just wouldn't be the same without these Ramue dance, and there's no time limit for how long a fighter should perform the Ramue. It's up to the fighter's own intuition as to how long he wants to keep dancing. The dance, of course, is more than just a routine workout or a warm-up. This is very much a focus and a meditation for what lies ahead. The grace and poise of it, of course, have been taught by the camp when they were very young, when they probably started in their career of Muay Thai. When they first were selected by the camp, we'd be at about the age of 10 or 12. And then they groomed to learn the weapons and defences of Muay Thai, and along with that is this Ramue dance. And probably they're quite proficient at this dance by the age of 16 when they step into the ring in professional stadiums in Bangkok. 16 is the age when they do start to come into the professional rings, where they then embark on a career that lasts for about 10 years. Decha in the red corner, Padejsuk in the blue. Padejsuk there now, coming in onto Decha. Decha takes a roundhouse kick to the head. He blocked it reasonably successfully, but this first round is the probing round, and I would say that Padejsuk would be quite happy with the way in which that kick was able to go through the defence of Decha. He didn't have much power in the kick, but had a bit more harder, he could have done some damage, because that roundhouse kick did come thundering through, even though I think there would probably only be around about 60% of his potential speed. Very much there it goes again, that roundhouse. It's very much a matter of just testing out the weapons here in the first round. Not a lot of power. That will come on later on. Padejsuk now looking quite confident there in the blue corner as he moves around, jabs in with that roundhouse, and then comes in again with another leg attack with the roundhouse kicks. And Padejsuk looking very confident here in round 1. Decha standing back, waiting for Padejsuk now. Padejsuk poised as he goes for that roundhouse kick again. That time it didn't get through, didn't even touch his opponent. You see the way in which Padejsuk is raising up his knee. That's what he's creating there, is known as the shield formed by the shin shield, which comes up and acts as a barrier against any kick blow. And if you take the blow on the shin, it can be quite painful for the person who actually administers the kick. So that shield of shin is what the Thais have mastered over the years. Left and right now by Padejsuk, not much power on those either. Well, in this first round, it's an opportunity to understand the way in which the fight pattern is forming, and by estimations here, I'd say that Padejsuk's going to rely upon his roundhouse kicking as his main weapon. There he goes again with it, just stabbing it in. Not much power as we come to the end of round 1. Punch there by Padejsuk in response to the roundhouse kick by Decha. he goes again with the roundhouse Padejsuk in the blue corner. And there's the bell to end round one. Well, not a lot of action, but interesting, mainly because of that roundhouse kick of Padejsuk. There he is coming through hard onto the head of Decha. Had he kicked it with a bit more strength, he could have done some damage, but interesting round for the fact that Padejsuk showed that he's quite proficient with his roundhouse kicking, and it'll be up to Decha to get in close now and probably get in a grappling to nullify that roundhouse kick advantage. You saw Padejsuk that loose with another one there. He's a little bit more power than he had in the first round too. Comes in low there with a low leg kick as well. Well, this spells a danger sign for Decha. Decha's going to have to overcome this strength of Padejsuk with the long range kicking. He needs to get in close and possibly go for the grapple and get his knees working. That'd be my advice to Decha. If I was in his corner, I'd say get in close and put the grapple on. Because you can see there he's giving away a bit of a height advantage, and with those long legs of Padejsuk, who's been quite proficient with the roundhouse kick, Decha may need to get in close. Let's see what happens now. There's that roundhouse again by Padejsuk. It's a lot of power, and it's telling too. He's getting through the defence of Decha. Decha doesn't seem to be able to really match him with the roundhouse kicking. At long range, he is losing this, so he needs to get in close. There he goes again, Padejsuk with that roundhouse kick. Scoring well with it. Decha's going to have to do something to nullify that. And he won't do it by trying to counter with roundhouse kicks. Referee coming across having a word to them. He's not happy with the action. He wants a bit more action in this fight. Let's see what happens now after being warned by the referee to up the tempo. The referee can stop a fight if he thinks that the fighters are performing below par, and that was an early indication. He said, either increase your tempo or I'll stop it. And now the fighter's been given the orders to fight harder. Let's see what eventuates now. Good roundhouse there by Decha. Snuck under the guard of Padejsuk, even though Padejsuk came back with a roundhouse himself. It was a nice score by Decha. There's the roundhouse again by Padejsuk, and the counter with the punching by Decha. Roundhouse again by Padejsuk. He's good with those roundhouse kicks at the end of round two. And I have Padejsuk ahead on points only because of these roundhouse kicks, and you'll see why in a minute. Like that, bang he goes, aiming for the head that time. And acknowledgement there by Decha that the strike did get through. Now the referee's having a word, telling both fighters to get in and do a bit more. He's not happy with the pace of this fight, particularly with Decha in the red corner. Decha now trying to outslug Padejsuk with the roundhouse kicks, but he hasn't done it so far. In fact, there's Padejsuk countering beautifully, and then comes in with a hard punch. Padejsuk starting to control this fight, and that really is a dangerous situation for Decha. Decha stands back, waiting for his opportunity, comes in, fires, and there's the good kick there by Decha. Clipped Padejsuk on the back, and he comes in again with a good round. Now in the grappling, let's see what happens with the grapple. That's what I thought Decha would have tried to do earlier on, but in the first grappling encounter, Padejsuk just a little too strong. Will Decha try it again to get in close? He's got nothing to lose. Decha standing back. Padejsuk got that kick ready for the roundhouse. At any time he'll deliver it. Into the grapple now. Let's see what happens. Knee by Padejsuk. Decha's got the grapple around the head. Looking for space to get his knees working, but it's Padejsuk who's taller, stronger, and pushing Decha back. Decha being forced right back onto the ropes. There he goes, Padejsuk, responding to the challenge to go grappling and outscoring Decha with the knees. Wild throw there. That was almost an elbow attempt by Padejsuk. That elbow did get through then. Now Decha's back on the ropes and taking a lot of kneeing. And there's the elbows again by Padejsuk. Elbows again by Padejsuk, and up goes the knee by Decha. Decha also trying to get his elbow in as well, but not successful. Now being forced onto the ropes by Padejsuk, and the referee will break. And Decha just spat out his mouth guard. A little bit of desperation now coming into the fight plan of Decha. He does score well though with a roundhouse kick, and then follows on with a grab. Tried to go playing but couldn't do so. Now stands back. There's that roundhouse kicking again by Padejsuk. He's too strong at long range. Decha has to get in. Needs to put pressure on. Coming in hard. Now he goes in hard. Gets the grapple on. But it's Padejsuk who beats him with the knees. Strong knees by Padejsuk and punch power. Knees again by Padejsuk. Well, Decha needs to really look at what he's doing in there in the grapples. He's starting to stand back there passively, and that's not the way to go. As the bell sounds to end the round, and Padejsuk looking very strong indeed. In the grapple, he answered the challenge and came in with these strong knee attacks, forcing Decha back into the corner, and there goes Padejsuk. Piston knees, finishing off with a hard elbow, and then a knee going for the face, but just fell short. Decha in a fair amount of trouble there as the grapple goes into full swing for Padejsuk in the blue. Up to now, what is known as the winning round of Muay Thai, round 4. It's usually this time when the fight can be looked at in terms of the past 3 rounds, and if there's going to be a turnaround, it'll happen here. And in this case, Decha needs a big round now to get back into it. He's lost 3. And now it's into grappling quarters. Can Decha come back in the red? Knees by Padejsuk. Decha in the red. Doing a bit better now in the grapples as he puts pressure onto Padejsuk, forcing Padejsuk back into the ropes. Now Decha comes in again, stalking in onto Padejsuk. Let's go with a roundhouse kick. Padejsuk comes back with roundhouses himself. Decha in for the grapple. Chance for knees, gets one knee in. Knee response by Padejsuk. Padejsuk pushing Decha away onto the rope, then lets fly with a roundhouse kick to score a telling point. But as this is the 4th round, he's won 3. If he continues this way, well, it doesn't really give Decha much chance. That was another good roundhouse. That clipped him on the side. In he goes again with the roundhouse kicks. Decha, no real response. And that's going to make it very difficult for Decha, who's been trailing for 3 rounds. It looks like he's going to be... Oh, in he comes down with punches, and that put a bit of pressure onto Padejsuk. Just when I was about to write Decha off, Decha came back with some solid punches. And now you see Padejsuk a bit wary as he stands back from Decha. Decha left and right, but not much power in those punches. He needs a bit more power in it. Now he comes in hard with punches. Putting Padejsuk under pressure for the first time. Padejsuk responds with a roundhouse kicking to keep Decha away. Decha needs to get in fast. But again, he gets stopped by those roundhouse kicks of Padejsuk. Padejsuk in the blue. In control. He has a points advantage. Decha trying to get in with his fist punching if he can. Now he doesn't seem to have any power left. And this is what he needs to put the pressure on with some power punching. In the round 4, Padejsuk holds up his glove in triumph. He knows he's won 4. 4 rounds in my book to Padejsuk. Decha had one chance here with his punches. He did land a couple, but nothing really effective, and Padejsuk came back. And he's been able to weather the storm. It was only a short storm by Decha. As we now go into round 5, the final round. Padejsuk in the blue and points, head-on points. Keeps on going with his roundhouse kicks. Really, Decha needs a knockdown if he's going to win it. Padejsuk can afford to go cruising. He can defend if he wants to, stand back. And that's up to Decha to get in and really try to score that one telling knockdown that will get him up for the points and give him a chance to win this encounter. Padejsuk, strong now in defence. Got that roundhouse moving again as he has for 4 or 5 rounds. Now into the grapple. Knees by Padejsuk. Decha, desperate. Looking for the one chance. There he goes with a punch, but not much power. The punching power of Decha has deteriorated as this fight's gone on. He really had his chance to, in the first 2 rounds, to put the grapple on and put some pressure onto Padejsuk, but here in the last round, he doesn't have the punch power, nor did he have it in round 4. Padejsuk indicating that he's ahead on points. You better come and attack me. I don't need to chase after you. Well, that's probably true too. I have Padejsuk well ahead on points. Decha, no power, timing out. Can't see him winning this one, Decha. He's too far behind, and Padejsuk now cruising. He's just sort of flipping away with his saying to Decha, come on, come in if you want to. And Decha just doesn't seem to have any energy left to launch any major assault. Now Padejsuk stands back. Decha coming in again. Another good roundhouse by Padejsuk. That's been his weapon, his powerful weapon all day in this fight. It's been those roundhouse kicking, long range, superlative weapon for long range, and Padejsuk has used it very well today, and he's now cruising for the last stage of this fight. Decha unable to launch any main challenge. He's probably quite content to see this fight take its natural course, and that will be that Padejsuk will run out the convincing winner. There it is. We'll wait for the official result, but there's absolutely no doubt in my mind, nor anybody in this stadium here tonight, that Padejsuk is the winner. Wait for the official decision. There it goes. The winner to Padejsuk. Convincing winner. He was the ringmaster.